Hey everyone, how's it going? Elliot here and welcome to my second channel. I'm going to be unboxing a Sendico parcel for you today. I'm super excited about the contents of this one. I have to admit, I've already opened it. I really wanted to get out this, which is a little watch that I bought, a small Tudor watch. I'm really excited about it, and I was just so desperate to get it. So yeah, I had to open it for that. Now it's time for the rest of the box, and oh my goodness me, is there a lot of stuff in here. So what have we got? Let's just take a handful of things and see what we have. So the first one here is a Game Boy Color. Now I'm not sure what the listings were. I order so much from this website that I'm not sure which ones were a bundle and which ones were on their own. I have a feeling this one was in a bundle, but I'll put up a screenshot to confirm that right now. This is just the Game Boy Color, has a broken screen polarizer, not too big of an issue. It doesn't seem to have any corrosion though, which is a good thing. But yeah, nice little Game Boy Color. Can't really go wrong. Teal blue as well, a very nice solid Game Boy Color. Very iconic one, I feel like. Nintendo didn't really do much again with that colour, but that one and the grape, I think, were probably the two most iconic Game Boy Color colours. Maybe also the yellow as well. But there we go, a black Game Boy Pocket. This one's actually not in too bad condition at all. It has got a damaged screen as well, but this one is in pretty goddamn good condition. And the really cool thing about that is that there's quite a lot of wear around the D-pad. So this has been not only incredibly well looked after, but it's been used a lot. And that is what we like to see. And also the screen lens, I don't think has a single scratch on it. So yeah, obviously the Japanese are kind of known to take a lot of care of their vintage tech. We've seen that time and time again whilst unboxing Sendico parcels, but really goddamn cool. Now, this thing right here was something that really caught my eye. I've had these in the past, but unfortunately I sold them when I needed some money. But the cool thing about these is you never know what's going to be on them. So what is this? This right here is a prototype Nintendo DS cartridge. I believe this one specifically is the Nintendo DSi cartridge. I'm fairly certain it is. It could also be the 3DS one. I can't remember now. Have a feeling it's the 3DS one, actually. You'll have to let me know in the comment section down below. It's either the 3DS one or the DSi, but hopefully this is going to have some data on it. So we're going to have to check that out in another video at some point. But yeah, prototype development cartridge. The idea was that the developers could sort of flash the game or whatever software they needed onto this and then be able to plug it into an actual bit of hardware. But you have to have a DSi, a 3DS Panda in order to use that. And the Panda is the name of the development system. It was pretty much a standard Nintendo, DS, but it was the developer software version. Right, so let's see what this little thing is. Ah, yeah, this was in one of the listings that I bought. Look how cool this little thing is. Hasn't got any power, unfortunately. Yeah, it looks kind of like a little Game Boy Micro with like a grip on it or something, but it does look quite interesting. We'll have to check that out. The thing that sort of let it down from possibly being quite good is the back. The back gives me the vibe of a quite cheap toy sort of thing. Right, next up we've got some more Game Boys. Now, I'm stockpiling these a little bit at the moment, and all of that will make sense in the future, but whilst I'm still living in someone else's house and not actually being able to make proper videos, I can't really explain much because I want to keep it all a secret so that I come back to YouTube kicking and screaming and creating a fuss. Right, so these are two incredibly disgusting Game Boys, DMGs. This one has an insanely large amount of battery corrosion under the battery terminal, as you can see down there, and the other one doesn't. So just rancid, absolutely rancid. Just feels gross even touching them, but hopefully will be salvageable. Right, and we've got another set of DMGs here as well. Let's see what these ones are saying. Ugh, God, that is gross. This one has a hell of a lot of leakage as well. That one will definitely not work. Oh, and that one's gross as well. Jeez, what is that on the back? That is disgusting. I'm not even going to touch that. That's got to go back in here. Absolutely gross. I'm really hoping that these aren't all... I have a really bad feeling that I bought a job lot of Game Boys that someone knows full well are like unusable and unrepairable. I wonder if that's what's happened. Oh no, that one looks pretty good actually, but the screen's a bit damaged. But yeah, obviously the idea is that hopefully some of these will have salvageable components and then you can use with other good parts. So there is one not so bad DMG. This one looks terrible as well, but not a lot of battery acid going on in there. But yeah, really, really disgusting shell, but hopefully a salvageable DMG. So far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DMGs, and we've got another one here which is in really cool brown packaging tape. So for those of you who don't know, I bought all of these items from Sendico, which is a Japanese auction site. It's a proxy service. You buy listings from Japanese exclusive shops and auctions, and it all translates it for you. And then when you order everything, it goes into your account, which is essentially their warehouse, and then you can post all of the items at once. It's a fantastic service. The link will be in the description. This video is not sponsored. So there we go, another DMG. Looks really nice. This one is a hell of a lot cleaner and mint condition inside. So yeah, really, really happy with that one. And that is it for all of the DMGs. Now the next thing we're going to have a look at is unbelievable. This is an absolutely iconic piece of Nintendo's history. I've probably been, besides the watch, the most excited for this. Look at that. This is the other version, or a similar version to the one I gave to Mr. Beast, but I obviously gave that one away, and I got a little bit attached to it for the time that I had it, and I really wanted to replace it. And this one is a very worthy replacement. Let's have a look. I mean, the box itself, you can see, is just in stunning condition. Absolutely immaculate. So beautiful. Honestly, very, very happy with it. I'm going to order an acrylic box protector for this ASAP. Let's slide open the top and see what it's like inside. Oh, that is so crisp. Look at that. Right, let's have a look at the leaflets and see if they're all intact. Honestly, this box looks mint. I mean, it's not mint. Like, I think if this was to get graded, it probably would receive like a 7.5. Like, it's not mint, but it's very good. One that I'd really like to actually go to these grading places and see how they make the gradings and have a look at the difference between a 10 and a 7 or something. So yeah, 3 lovely bits of paraphernalia, I think is the right word, included in this box. Matching serial number as well. I have to say, this feels quite heavy, which is concerning because obviously these Game Boys came with Pokemon batteries, like Pokemon themed batteries, and I have a really bad feeling that it's going to be inside here because this feels like it's got batteries in it. Look at how beautiful that Game Boy is. Just stunning. I do prefer the other one's screen lens because the power indicator is Pikachu's cheek, which is very cool. But this is a much nicer color. Like, it's this beautiful gold color. Really, really stunning. Matching serial numbers as well for the manual, which is always nice. How do I show you that without it being too blown out? Can you make that out? I don't know. It's really hard to film in this room. So there we go. Game Boy Color. Right. Moment of truth. Oh, God. Oh, but look. It is the Pikachu batteries. So that just goes to show how unused this thing was. I bet there's no way that these still work. But there's absolutely no way. Yeah, no chance. But how cool is that they've come with it still? That is a very nice little relic of the past. Pikachu Japanese batteries made for this Game Boy. How stunning. Okay, what is next? This has got to be one of the juiciest parcels I've received. Okay, so this is the next one. This right here is the Panasonic Q. A stunning, iconic piece of gaming history. So for those of you who don't know, the GameCube uses a laser inside that was for the disc reading technology. Panasonic made that laser, and so I understand, they wanted the license to actually then make their own sort of more premium version of the GameCube to possibly attract a different audience. This thing does not just play GameCube games. It plays DVDs, it plays compact discs, so CDs, and has Dolby Digital sound, and obviously it also plays the Nintendo GameCube, and it has DTS Digital out. I'm not sure what that is, but really excited for this. I paid a lot of money for this. These are really expensive, and rightly so. I mean, they're iconic, and also were made in a very small number. The thing that happened was Panasonic were charging way too much money for this. I have a feeling it was like $1,000 or something, or the equivalent of. So there's the remote for the Panasonic Q, and it says Panasonic at the bottom there. Really nice. It's going to be very hard for me to show you all this stuff. I'm going to have to get some extra footage, but that's the remote right there. So the remote is immaculate. I don't think much of this is going to have been used. Also, there's the different manuals and stuff as well. I'll get some footage of them too. Right, and then what I'm going to do, I think, is put this on the floor. And basically, inside the corner of the box is a bunch of other things. So one of them is actually supposed to be in the GameCube box, and that is the Panasonic Controller. So it's completely the same as a GameCube controller, except it says Panasonic on it. And it's also impossible to get out of a bag. So there's the Panasonic Q controller. It looks exactly the same as the GameCube controller, except it just says the word Panasonic along the middle. So really cool. It does look like this has actually sat out a little while. Kind of looks a bit yellow as opposed to grey, but I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to actually use this thing. I'm going to need to work out a way to play region-free games. I think maybe the what's it called? The Action Replay can do that, or you can do a mod. That would be quite interesting. Right, so here we have another DMG Game Boy. Let's see what the crack is with this one. It's in our nice favourite plastic sandwich bag. Okay, here we go. Let's have a little look. That one is pretty lovely. It looks slightly yellow, especially compared to this one here, but it's to be expected. Very nice condition inside, but one side of it has some battery leakage, which is possibly concerning, but also it's isolated on the sort of the double battery thing there, so should actually be okay. Right, and now we have two of my sort of favourite things. So for those of you who haven't seen my videos before, I love collecting boxed Game Boys, if that isn't obvious enough. I just like collecting Game Boys in general, but the boxed ones are the ones that I actually end up keeping. So let's take a look at this one. The yellow Game Boy Pocket is a Game Boy Pocket that I've been after for a while. And let's see what this one, and let's see what the condition of this one is like. I've got almost all of the other retail boxed Game Boy Pockets, like all the other just standard color variants, but I haven't got a yellow one. I also don't think I've got a pink one. So let's go ahead and open it up and see if it's any good inside. So far, so good. This is about the condition that I like to collect. Like, I don't want it to be super duper mint because I like playing them. Obviously not ones like this. This is the sort of thing that will sit on a shelf and be opened very rarely for special occasions. But I do like playing the Game Boy Pockets. I've never seen that before in my entire life. I've opened so many of these Game Boys and I've never seen that before. This must have been sold, this must have been included from like a specific store, because it says Mr. Max there at the bottom, which is really interesting. And annoyingly, there's usually like a stamp of the store that sells this Game Boy here, and it would have been great to have seen Mr. Max on there. They haven't even got the date on this, which is a shame, but I assume that this was included from the store because it's exactly the same size. But if anybody has ever seen that before, let me know. Right, let's take a quick look at the Game Boy itself then. So, a little bit of wear by the D-pad. The screen is severely burnt. Don't mind the wear. The screen protector, the screen lens is in really good condition. Flip it over, and the back is actually quite scratched there. But the stick is not too bad. It has got the sort of the crinkle part on the top. And there's no battery leakage. So, I would say this one's probably like a 6.5 out of 10. It's really not too bad, but it's not fantastic either. It's good to see that the piece of cardboard is there, the sort of the cover. I'm yet to get a Game Boy that still has the AAAs in here. That is a dream of mine. Only if they haven't leaked though. If they've leaked everywhere, I'm not interested. So, there we have it. Not sure what that leaflet is on the top. I'm going to try and find out for you. Pamphlet or whatever it's called. Bit of documentation. Right, so we've got a red Game Boy Pocket. Let's see what the condition of this one is like. So, it's not in too bad condition. A couple of bends and stuff up here. Let's see what the Game Boy is like inside. It's interesting there on the side. It says 5,980 yen. That is very cool to see. That's probably not too dissimilar to how much I paid for this. Okay, yeah, this one's missing all of the documentation, and the Game Boy itself is pretty beat up. So I don't know why I would have bought that one. It must have been included with another listing, or it was really cheap, or I wanted to replace the box with my one or something. Can't remember, but here we have a red Game Boy Pocket. The next thing to look at is the Panasonic Q. It's a sad day. It's a sad day. The tray broke. No! I bought this because in the listing it said that the person had had it since it was brand new, and that it worked still. But one thing I will say is that this is never a good noise. I reckon the entire insides have shattered. That is depressing. Very, very, very depressing. Very, very, very depressing. I seriously think all of the insides have shattered. Oh. Oh, God. That is miserable. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to fix this. Oh, that sounds so bad. Well, a sad end to the video, but I guess possible good content if I can actually fix it. But what a video. Seriously, if you've watched it this far, massive thank you. Comment with the word QQQ, which I think is a crying emoji, and also the Panasonic Q. But yeah, an absolutely amazing haul of things. My favourite was probably this Game Boy and my Tudor watch. But let me know what your favourite thing was. Thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!